Welcome to Snyder's Inc., where the fun never ends. Reactions, gaming, and more with Josh as your friend. Tune in, buckle up, it's a ride you don't wanna miss. Snyder's Inc., let's dive in, feel the ultimate bliss.
Hello everybody, welcome to Snyder's Inc. And today we have got a Sir Spooks video, and this is 13 scary videos that will truly haunt you. And we'll get right into this. Ladies and gentlemen, hit the like button, hit subscribe button, comment your thing down below. If you'd like to become a member of this channel, link is in the description. Let's go.
Hello everyone, my name is Sir Spooks, and today we'll take a look at 13 scary videos.
Okay.
But before we begin, make sure to subscribe to my channel for more scary content. Alright, with that said, let's begin. Starting off today's video, we'll be taking a look at two videos that were posted on TikTok in March of 2025 by a woman named Emily Dell. In the video, Emily explains that she was hearing weird noises at her door and she wanted to see if she could capture them on camera. And sure enough, she did capture something very strange. At first, it's hard to make out what's happening beyond the door, but as Emily moves closer, the sounds become a lot clearer. It almost sounds like some sort of strange static or crackling noise is coming from behind the door, as well as someone's voice.
Yeah, I can definitely hear a voice. I don't know what it is. I could definitely hear some sort of voice coming out of it, but I don't know what it is.
Emily says that she initially thought that it was an animal, but she eventually realized that that was not the case. In a second video that Emily uploaded later on, she takes us through a house and shows us that you can't see anyone outside the door, adding even more creepy fuel to the fire.
Are you there? Let me in!
And this is why I can't call the cops, because when I go to look, there's no one there. I know it's hard to see, but I'm not opening the door. There's like no one out there, and like, this is a window. There's no people, but this is a window, and you can really see out there. It's hard to see. So I don't know what the hell is going on.
So what do you think is going on here? Some people think it could be the work of a mimic, a type of paranormal entity said to copy human voices in order to lure people out.
Did she recognize the voice? Because usually that's what a mimic does. It recognizes a voice it can hear that knows, well, it's attached to the person it's trying to get in. So, did he hear that?
Others have suggested a skinwalker, a creature from Navajo folklore, known for shapeshifting and imitating voices to deceive or frighten. Now, how plausible are those theories? Well, it really depends on what you believe. Mimics are more of a modern internet urban legend with little historical background, but they've become popular in creepy story circles because of how eerily real they feel. Skinwalkers, on the other hand, come from actual Native American folklore, but their stories are deeply tied to specific cultural and spiritual beliefs. So while it's unlikely that what Emily caught on camera is literally a skinwalker, the behavior, strange noises, imitation of voices, something unseen outside, definitely lines up with how these entities are described. Whatever the case, it's creepy, and Emily clearly experienced something that left her unsettled. Drop your thoughts in the comments.
I don't know if I believe this. I don't know if I believe this at all.
I'd love to hear your take. Over on TikTok, a woman named Destiny Sanchez shared that her boyfriend was working on installing Wi-Fi at someone's home for his job when he encountered something absolutely terrifying. The video shows Destiny's boyfriend quietly filming and whispering to the camera, saying that he's been hearing strange noises, even though he's completely alone in the house. There's nobody in here.
You sure there's no one in here? Because someone's clearly asking you for help. There's someone there.
Throughout the video, you can hear occasional breathing and faint whispers that definitely seem to be coming from an unseen presence, or perhaps something from beyond. Destiny also notes that the house her boyfriend was in was built back in 1954, so it's definitely got some age to it. Could it be that he was paid a visit by a past resident, or do you think this is something else entirely? One of the creepiest moments comes when a ghostly voice clearly whispers the word help. What kind of danger is this spirit in? And is it even trying to communicate with him directly? It's hard to say. The whisper is subtle but distinct, and it doesn't sound like any kind of obvious audio glitch or interference. Of course, there's also the possibility of audio pareidolia, a psychological phenomenon where our brains interpret random sounds as something familiar, like voices or words. That could explain why we think we hear help.
Fascinating. I didn't know that was a thing. Because we've heard of pareidolia where you see faces in the, like, in things that aren't faces. But there's people, I never knew that there was pareidolia audio-wise, where you will hear things that sound familiar in random noises. That's so interesting.
Still, given the eerie timing and other strange sounds in the clip, it's understandable why so many people believe something more is going on here. And if it was a spirit reaching out, what exactly was it trying to say? Sadly, we may never know the answer. Over on the Paranormal Videos subreddit, a user known as Heron shared a chilling video captured on security camera. He explains that his father used to work the night shift as a security guard in a building and would occasionally send him odd videos from the job. The uploader says he's never been quite sure what to make of this particular clip, but admits it's always creeped him out, and he's curious to hear other people's thoughts. So without further ado, let's take a look.
Okay, there's someone standing there. Who? What the hell? Person not moving.
Did you catch it? If you look closely at the corner of the screen, you'll notice what appears to be a ghostly figure just standing still, barely moving.
Yeah.
It doesn't walk, it doesn't vanish, it just lurks. The uploader mentions that he's always thought it looked like a woman, though we can't say for sure. Woman or not, there's clearly something there, and it's unsettling how still and human-shaped it is. At one point it even looks like the figure sways slightly, as if shifting its weight or breathing. That small movement is what makes it feel a little too real to be a trick of the light. Of course, some viewers have suggested that it could be a bug on the camera lens, and while that's always a possibility with older security footage, the swaying movement makes that explanation feel a little less convincing, especially since the rest of the shot remains stable. Is it a trick of the light? A lens anomaly, or did this camera genuinely catch something unexplainable lurking in the...
I don't know what that is. I can't explain it. Someone else might be. I don't think it's a bug. I don't know what that is. That was very weird though.
...corner of that building? Unfortunately, we don't even
What video? Where does he work as security at, though? That's my question. Like, what does he do? Like, where?
know where this was filmed, though the space looks like an office or maybe even a hotel, so who knows? Maybe one of us will unknowingly end up there one day, only to get a closer look at whatever this thing was. Over on TikTok, a user going by Adventures with D-Baby posted a series of videos that start off as ordinary, but take a seriously eerie turn. In the first clip, she is seen unlocking a door in her home when behind her, the attic entrance suddenly swings open on its own.
What? What?
She hears it creak and turns around quickly, but surprisingly, she doesn't seem too alarmed. In fact, she barely reacts, simply moving on to enter the room like nothing happened. That calm reaction actually makes the situation feel even weirder somehow. In the second and third videos, her landlord comes by to help investigate. Together, they open the attic and take a
I wonder if it's a case if they've heard this type of weird shit before. So she's like, yep, not dealing with this, I'll let him deal with
look
it.
inside. They don't find anyone up there at the time, but something about the scene feels off. For one, there are several small holes in the attic boards, holes that the woman claims definitely weren't there before. But more disturbingly, in the final moments of the last video, you can clearly see a blanket and a pillow tucked away in the attic space, as if someone had been sleeping up there.
Yeah.
That changes the tone of everything. While paranormal activity is one theory, this might point to something even scarier. The possibility that someone was secretly living in the attic. Naturally,
I think that's actually possible. I think someone could be living in that attic.
there are mundane explanations for things like attic doors opening, drafts, weak hinges, shifting temperatures, but when you pair that with bedding in the attic and unexplained damage, the situation becomes a lot harder to brush off. This video is only a few months old, so hopefully we'll get an update soon. In the meantime, maybe give your attic a second look, because you never really know who or what might be up there. Imagine you're driving down a road late at night. You're probably exhausted and counting down the minutes until you can get to your destination, whether it's home or somewhere else. However, what would happen if you encountered something absolutely terrifying while driving? That's what happened in this next video we're going to take a look at. A man named Jace was driving down a road late at night in South Australia when out of nowhere this happened. Over on the side of
What the What the fuck? Yeah, that's some weird. That's people who are trying to rob you, man. That's some people who are trying to rob you. That's all they're trying to do. That's fucked up. They're carjacking the shit.
the road, a vehicle can be seen parked with the driver's side door open, while three individuals appear to be rummaging through the trunk, seemingly searching for something. While this is going on, another individual walks into the road toward Jace, arms outstretched, seemingly trying to get him to stop. He's holding a beer bottle and what looks like a frying pan or something similar. Thankfully, it seems Jace was able to get past these people without any harm coming his way, but it was definitely a terrifying encounter.
Very odd.
Several people in the comments shared stories of similar things happening to them, especially on rural or isolated roads. Others pointed out that in situations like these, even
No lights, no witnesses, only bad guys. Perfect night to try my brand new ballpark. That person is behaving like a sane person rather than someone in need of help. Smart choice to keep driving. Australian here, I live out here in the never remote. Don't stop, certain areas are notorious.
if it seems like someone needs help, it's sometimes best to keep driving, just in case it's a setup for something more dangerous. and honestly, I'd have to agree. The Australian outback is vast and mostly empty, and while it's beautiful, it can also be incredibly dangerous. There have been real cases of people being lured into traps on remote roads, most famously the Peter Falconio case, where a British backpacker was murdered in the outback after he and his girlfriend were flagged down by a man pretending to need help. So while this encounter might have just been a group of drunk people messing around, it's hard not to feel uneasy. Especially
That dude's lucky he didn't get... Here's why this is also stupid if you're this guy. They might not stop. They might not see... They might just drive run into you. All it takes is them not to be paying attention for a second, and you will get legitimately run over. It's just dumb rookie shit.
with the man walking toward the car holding who knows what. Make sure to keep your eyes peeled next time you're driving late at night. You never know who or what might be waiting in the dark. A man named Chase Beckstead posted a video to his TikTok account in March of 2025, saying that he and his wife were staying at her grandfather's house, a home where he had recently passed away.
Okay, we've seen this one before. I'll let it play, but we've seen this before.
While they were trying to settle in for the night, they kept hearing the bedroom door trying to open, which understandably freaked them out. So they pulled out their phone and started recording the incident for us to see.
We were just going to bed and we're not. Let me just show you. Like, we literally had to put the bag up against the door because we're not sure.
That's insane. There's no one there. Now, in fairness, he didn't look this side. He just looked that way, but didn't look this way. That's weird. But besides that, the fact that he literally, like, closed the door and immediately started up again is insane.
Chase says that he packed up their things and took his wife out to the car, then came back inside alone to grab the rest of their belongings, leaving the bedroom door open behind him. In the second part of the video, we watch as they attempt to leave, but the door begins to rattle again. This time, it's even more intense, almost like something unseen is desperately trying to get them to stay.
Okay, so we're leaving. We got all of our stuff packed. Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah, we're out here.
Is it possible that this is the spirit of Chase's wife's grandfather? Maybe he wasn't ready to let go yet, or perhaps he simply wanted their company in the home he once lived in. It's also worth noting that while doors can move due to drafts or old hinges, the timing and persistence in this clip feels a little too deliberate to write off entirely. Especially considering that they were already on edge and the door had been left open beforehand. Sadly, we'll never know the definite answer, but honestly it's probably for the best that they decided to leave, just in case something truly unwanted was waiting on the other side that door. TikTok user Chero posted the following video while filming inside a house to show her husband, who she says absolutely hates house hunting. At the time of the recording, Chero says she was alone in the house with her estate agent. Take a look at this moment right here and see if you catch anything strange.
Okay.
So that bathroom. And that goes.
If you look closely, you can make out what seems to be a ghostly head briefly peeking into the room, before vanishing without a trace. According to Chero, she didn't even notice anything odd until she rewatched the footage like
Yeah, I was gonna say, I assume she didn't notice it because she didn't react to it. I'm gonna assume they also did not get this house.
later that day. And here's where things get even weirder. It wasn't her estate agent. You can actually hear the agent's voice coming from another part of the house at the exact time this figure appears.
And that goes.
So naturally the big question is, who or what was it? Now, skeptics might point out that the figure does clearly resemble a woman, which could suggest a third person was somehow present. But according to Chero, the only people in the house were herself and the estate agent, and we can hear the agent speaking from another room at the exact moment this figure appears. Could it have been someone else who quickly stepped into view and left through the door with incredibly precise timing? It's technically possible, but highly unlikely, given how calm and empty the house appears otherwise. When you consider all of that, it really makes you wonder what was actually caught on camera.
I never knew he had a second channel, so that's new to me.
A Reddit user known as LoseAlternative77 recently shared a fascinating clip on the High Strangeness subreddit, a video that's been sparking a ton of debate across the community. According to the post, the footage was discovered online and reposted for discussion. It was filmed at an undisclosed location, either in the middle of the day or at night. The lighting makes it difficult to say for sure, and it captures something that will definitely make you raise an eyebrow. Take a look for yourself.
Okay. Okay. Huh.
In the video, a UFO-like object can be seen floating in the air. What's particularly strange is that it appears to be spinning around its own axis in a very smooth, deliberate motion. The uploader says he personally believes the video is authentic, but admits he's unsure of what exactly he's looking at. He also notes that it doesn't appear to be CGI. That said, many commenters have suggested that it could be CGI, pointing out how fluid and surreal the object's motion appears. But here's the thing, even if it is CGI, it would have to be very high quality and convincingly rendered, especially given the lighting, shadows and subtle camera movements that seem to interact naturally with the object. It's not your typical cheap overlay or obvious
I mean, it still can be CGI. That doesn't debunk it. There's people who can do really good CGI.
digital fake. Others in the comments are hoping for more details like the location and time of day to help further analyze the footage, but so far that information hasn't been made available. Still, whether real or fabricated, this is easily one of the most intriguing UFO clips to surface in a while. It's the kind of video that sticks in your mind and makes you wonder, what exactly did we just watch? Do you think this is the real deal or just a very well executed fake? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'm curious to hear what you think. A YouTube channel known as ScreamFreak79 posted a video on February 4th, 2011 that shows a couple of guys standing outside in the middle of the night in a creepy forest. They're trying to make contact with the spirit they believe might be lurking in the area. At first, it seems like nothing is happening, like their attempts at communication aren't working. But that all changes in a matter of seconds when something truly unexpected happens. Out of nowhere, the two men are startled after noticing something in the distance. Just moments later, we can see what appears to be a ghostly apparition quickly moving through the trees before it vanishes into thin air, never to be seen or heard from again. The figure's movement is fast and eerily smooth, and it definitely...
No, their reactions are too ridiculous for me. There's no way. Because one reacts just going where it went, and this guy goes the longest route. This guy's... No, I don't buy this. I think this one's fake.
stands out against the surrounding darkness. It's not easy to tell what it is, but it doesn't look like a person casually walking through the woods, more like something gliding. Now, this video dates back to 2011, and unfortunately, there haven't been any follow-up posts or updates from the channel. That means this clip remains shrouded in mystery to this day. Some viewers believe this was a legitimate paranormal encounter.
No.
Others have suggested it could have been a prank, a person dressed in white moving quickly through the trees, or even a camera artifact or low-resolution trick of the light. But if it was faked, it's worth noting how convincingly eerie it still looks over a decade later, especially with the timing of the reactions and the setting. It feels authentic, whether or not it is. So what do you think? Did these two amateur ghost hunters actually manage to film a spirit in the woods that night, or was it something else entirely? Let me know your theories in the comments. A Reddit user known as Hard Lethal posted a video to the Paranormal Encounters subreddit a couple of weeks ago, and it's been getting a lot of attention ever since. According to the post, the uploader originally thought this video had been lost, but ended up finding it buried in a message thread with his boss, who is actually the one who filmed it. The footage was taken in an old warehouse, which the uploader says dates back to the 1960s. He adds that while they ran a business out of that location for a while, they constantly experienced strange, unexplained events, this being one of the most chilling. Let's take a look at what he's talking about. If you focus on the video around the 22-second mark, you'll notice something subtle but unsettling. A shadow-like figure moves to the right, then seems to turn back and close the door. It's not the easiest thing to catch on the first...
I barely can see that. That's a stretch, I think.
...viewing, but if you rewind and time it right, you'll definitely see the movement. It's there, and it doesn't look like it's being cast by anything visible in the scene. In the comments, the uploader explains, quote, "A shadow should not even be able to appear in that corner of the room. There was nothing to cast it. We even let the front door open to let the wind blow and see if we could recreate the video, but nothing could explain it." End quote. Some viewers have speculated that it could be a trick of light or even an insect on the camera lens. But if you watch closely, the way the shadow moves and the fact that it seemingly interacts with the door makes those explanations feel less likely. If it was faked, it was done very subtly and convincingly. It's the kind of video that doesn't hit you right away, but once you see it, you can't unsee it. And that might be the creepiest part. So if you're watching this before bed, well, sweet dreams. This piece of home security camera footage was filmed on March 7th, 2025 and was posted to the TikTok account of a woman named Brandy Warren. At first glance, everything in the video looks calm, just a regular quiet night in the house. Brandy is likely asleep, given how late it is, and nothing seems out of place. But in just a matter of seconds, this ordinary footage takes a serious turn into nightmare territory. first, you can see a light suddenly turn on in another room, which quickly gets the attention of the family dog. That alone is unsettling, but then things get even stranger. A pale face appears briefly in the doorway, peeking out from behind the edge. Moments later, a small shadowy figure, a shadow person, can be seen standing in the doorway before vanishing completely. Brandy says her husband initially thought their daughter had gotten up and was playing with the lights or wandering around, but she swore that she hadn't moved from bed. When they watched the video back, both were completely terrified, and understandably so. Now, some commenters have suggested this could be a trick of lighting or perhaps even a glitch in the camera. But if it is, it's an especially well-timed one.
I don't know about the shadow figure. That one's kind of iffy, but the thing sticking out of the windows, out of the door is like I can see that. I don't know how you explain that one.
The synchronized movement of the light, the face, the dog reacting, and the shadow figure's brief appearance all seem too perfectly aligned to dismiss outright. So what exactly was going on here? Who or what was that shadow figure? Was it trying to frighten the family, or was it simply passing through, leaving behind only questions? We'll probably never know the full truth, but whatever it was, it clearly left a lasting impression on the people who experienced it. And now on us too. Reddit user Uppers Downers posted a video to the Paranormal Video subreddit about 3 years ago, showcasing footage captured by a home security camera positioned near their front driveway in the middle of the night. At first, the footage shows nothing unusual, just a quiet, uneventful night on the uploader street. But things quickly take a turn for the weird.
Okay. I'm gonna miss. What?
We see the uploader's cat, Gus, walk into frame, and it's here where things get really bizarre. Out of nowhere, Gus can be seen scaling the side of a nearby house in a matter of seconds, and the way he does it doesn't quite look natural. It's not just fast.
That's fake. It's not fast. It's fake.
It's unnervingly fast, almost as if the footage is glitched or manipulated. And if you take a closer look at the trees just off to the side, you might notice something even stranger. There appears to be something up there, possibly a figure or shape, that briefly flickers and disappears from view. The uploader admits that after seeing the footage, they were left feeling creeped out by their own cat, and were hoping someone could offer a logical explanation. But as far as the thread goes, no clear answer was ever found. Some people in the comments joked about Gus being possessed or a shapeshifter. Others suggested it might be a glitch in the camera's motion or exposure settings. But even if that's the case, the video still has a surreal, unsettling vibe to it that's hard to shake. So was this just a cat doing cat things in a weirdly timed sequence, or did something else mess with the footage, or with Gus himself? We may never know, but here's hoping the uploader and Gus made peace, and that the little guy is just a bit odd, not otherworldly. A woman named Jenna Snow posted a series of videos to her TikTok account last year, documenting some seriously creepy things happening at the hotel where she works. In the clips, we watch as Jenna films security
We've seen this one before too.
camera footage that seems to capture a ghostly apparition appearing inside the hotel. Her boss also chimes in, offering a theory about what might be going on, and honestly it only adds to the unsettling vibe.
He said it's not the hotel that's haunted, it's the graveyard.
Oh.
So this service road here where Danny and I used to park, that's the old Stony Plain Road. Do you really think they, when they dug up all the bodies here, that was a good one, moved them over to the graveyard?
They've dug up the bodies and what?
That definitely seems to be something bizarre happening in that hotel. The figure captured on camera has that classic translucent shadowy look, just enough to make your skin crawl. And it's not just a one-time event either. The apparition seems to show up on multiple occasions, moving through different parts of the building.
Hey, Noel. What's up?
Oh yeah, I see it again.
Yeah, let's try and sit in the chair. Sometimes he'll stay there for a minute.
He is. How do you know this?
Well, because Danny and I caught him earlier when Danny was in the...
I love that. She's like, how do you know this stuff? And how do you know this? Are you one of them? Are you part of them? No, these guys have just seen it all before.
games room locking up.
What's frustrating is that we don't know the name of the hotel, so there's no way to dig deeper or look into its history. If it is haunted, there's a whole backstory we're missing out on, and possibly other encounters no one's posted yet. Some commenters have speculated that this could be a lingering spirit, maybe tied to something tragic that happened on the property. Others think it could be a camera glitch or even someone messing with the footage. But the fact that it appears multiple times, and always in a different way, makes the CGI or hoax angle feel less likely. So what exactly is going on here? We may never know for sure. Let's just hope that if this hotel is haunted, none of us accidentally end up booking a room there, completely unaware we're stepping into the same building from this footage.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is it for this reaction video. Let me know what you think in the comments, the like button, the subscribe button. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all for the next one.